You ready?
Yeah! Let's
Ready?
go!
Ready to do some camping?
Yeah!
Let's get this party started. Let's see, it'll be the first major road. So we're probably going to be down here. 2, 4, we're going up in numbers. Hey everybody, I'm Raging Skull, and getting out from behind the camera. My son and I have come to the campgrounds here at the Paint Creek Lake State Park, I think it is. Yeah.
Yes.
Paint Creek
State
Lake.
Park. Hi!
So, gotta be a little quiet, no yelling. So, anywho, thought I'd do a quick tour around of the campsite we got. Not a bad one, actually. So, both my son and I have our tents pitched, and here shortly we're going to get ready for making some dinner, and I'll hopefully get some video of that. So, anyway. The fire pit. Got some wood I have to cut up, but definitely got some bundles. Should go for a good burn all night. Son relaxing on his collapsible chair, as well as there's mine. There's my son's tent. And here's mine. And a quick 360 view of the entire camping area. So, there you go. We have our tour of the campsite, and now it's time to get some dinner. So I'll be back soon. Alright everybody, dinner for tonight is going to be something relatively simple on the 2-burner propane stove. I'm not sure what the brand is, to be honest with you, at this point. Anyway, runs off the disposable bottles, but hot dogs in one pan, boiling up. I know we're camping, we could do it on a stick and all that jazz, but I'm just not in the mood for it. And shells and cheese, Kevin's favorite. So this is coming along rather nicely. Gotta give it a good stir. Now, I don't have a strainer or colander or whatever you want to call it to get the water out of the noodles, or to drain the water from the noodles when the time comes, so I'm just going to take the pan and flip it over the top, take it over to somewhere else, and pour it all out, and then come back and pour the cheese in. So, yeah. that's pretty much simple dinner for tonight. And we've got plenty of other goodies we can make. And I'm not going to spoil the surprise for what breakfast is going to be, but it's going to be good. So everything's taken off rather nicely. And I need to attend to this all and back soon when it's all done. Well, hello everyone. Well, dinner's already done, and it was delicious, and now it's time for cleanup. And what I'm doing here is all the utensils and all the pots and pans that we've used. I have taken a little thing for water, added a little tiny bit of soap with a couple of drops of bleach in it, and washed all the major stuff off of the utensils and bowls and plates and everything. And over here, what I'm doing is, since I can't give it a best proper rinse that I can, is in order to try and sterilize the utensils for next time, is I'm boiling up some water, and I'm going to let them boil in the water there for a little while just to sterilize them. And the reason this one is here is I used 2 of these fry pans, which can act as a lid. Boiled up some water, put the lids over the top, or put the fry pan lid, whatever you want to call this, over the top. Let it boil there for a while, just this way the steaming hot water coming through can sterilize the inside surface of the pan. And I'll show you. I'll take the grippers, take it off, nice hot steamy water, and just bring it back over here to dry up a little bit. These bowls here I just took in the boiling water. Once it boiled up, I just kind of ran them around through once it shut off the burner and let it soak in the very, very hot water. So that's pretty much the quick and easy cleanup routine that I can come up with. So we'll be back soon once this is all dried up and put away. Alright everybody, dinner is pretty much done. Everything's cleaned up. Sun is going down somewhere over there. And before we lose a little bit of daylight, it's time to process some of the firewood so we can have some kindling, some tinder, and all that, so we can get the campfire lit. And I think once this is all processed, we're going to go ahead and get the fire lit. So what I've brought with me is my hatchet. I have a small machete. And I have a folding saw, which I'm going to use to, it locks into place. You have to unlock it to open it. You have to unlock it to close it back up. But I'm going to process some of that stuff over here down into smaller pieces, and we're going to get it lit. So back soon with all that. Well, okay everybody, got the fire going. It's going pretty good now. There was one log way over here where there's a tree. We're losing light. I don't know if you can see it, but there was a log over there when we arrived, and it was pretty well rotten. I managed to chop it down into pieces just to get it all burned up. Why leave it there to rot necessarily? So a little bit more wood for the fire, and it's not doing too bad. Managed to do a little cleanup of the area. Picked up the ice cooler, put it in the trunk of the vehicle, so this way we can close it up and we don't get any curious critters in the night into it. So everything will be all in its place, so when it's time to go, we don't have to dig out anything other than what we need, and get our breakfast in the morning, get cleaned up, and once the dew is off our tents, we can then take them down and we'll leave and head for home. So been a pretty good night. few little personal items. There are quite a few things that I forgot. One of them being a water jug so we can get water over at the spigot where you can get fresh water from, and bring it over to the campsite so we can use for not so much drinking, but so we can use for cooking and washing and other stuff. So something to add to the list is maybe I think it's a 3-gallon collapsible plastic jug, something I know you can find at most of your major retailers in the camping section. So that's on the list. That's on the list. So we managed to make do with going to the camp store and paying their overpriced stuff, but what do you do, right? But we got ourselves a collapsible bucket, which I thought was pretty cool. So that's something I just may start carrying from now on. Good to bring the water in. It did its job. And a little, I don't know, 2 or 3 liter water jug so we can have at least some bulk water to use for the cooking. And yeah, so made do with what we did, and a few things to try not to forget for next time. But for now, it's pretty much we're gonna sit and enjoy the fire, and we'll end up going to bed. So see y'all in the morning.
Bye.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's about 7 a.m. and I've been up for about an hour now. Took care of the first thing in the morning duties. And I managed to get the campfire going again, even though we don't plan on cooking on it. So that's been going for about the past hour. Kevin is still asleep, so I'm going to let him go for just a little bit longer. And pretty soon it will be breakfast time. But just wanted to give a quick view of my tent this morning and a little bit of the setup of what I had inside, and something you didn't know about me as well. So here we go. Inside the tent, I slept very, very well, actually. Left the screen in the back open, as well as the screen here for the door. I obviously zipped it all up to keep the mosquitoes out and all that other stuff, but these little flaps for the doors I left wide open. It was a kind of a muggy night last night, so I did not readily sleep underneath my sleeping bag, which is a Ozark Trail sleeping bag. I don't know what model it is, but it packs down into a very, very, very small package, or small little bundle, compresses down into a little bag, and it's rated to comfort zone of 40 degrees Fahrenheit. And before, I've taken it out on trips before, I have tested it out in the truck, and it worked really well as it did last night. And this is summer, so 40 degrees is kind of irrelevant. But 2 pillows I brought from home, and underneath the floor I have a inflatable camping pad, which kept me directly off the ground, which did real well, kept me comfortable, so my back doesn't hurt this morning, thank God. But over here, this setup, one thing I know I have not mentioned before in the past is I have sleep apnea. I was diagnosed a little over 2 years ago, and because of my job requires me to be quote unquote compliant, which it does record my usage, so I can't just turn it on and say, yeah, I've used it. But anyway, I have sleep apnea, and over here is the actual APAP, automated positive air pressure machine, and the little blue thing going through there is the tubing for the air to blow up, and then right here is the face mask. Well, it's not an actual full face mask, it just goes over my nose. And because I am a trucker, I don't have wall power readily available. I mean, I could. They used to give us a, used to have, well, they still have, I guess I should say, power inverters to turn 12 volt DC to 110 AC, but in this case, this particular machine has a conversion already for it, which you can plug directly into the truck's 12 volt power plugs that are all over the truck that I drive. And this here is a jump starter pack. I've tested this out before at home to see how well it lasts, and I think I can get two nights use. Well, good morning, everybody. I've been up for a little bit over an hour now. Managed to relight the campfire. Kevin is still in his tent sleeping, and pretty soon we're going to have a little bit of breakfast. I'm going to get him up. One of the things I wanted to show this morning was some of the gear, so bear with me. Last night I slept on a self-inflating camping pad, a couple of pillows from home, and the red thing there is my sleeping bag. It's an Ozark Trail. It's meant for camping. It's rated down to 40 degrees Fahrenheit for the comfort zone, and I have tested it out long before I ever took it camping, and with last night's temperatures, well, comfort was not a big deal. I pretty much slept above slept on top of everything last night. It just was a real hot and humid night last night. So the sleeping bag just wasn't a big issue. But one of the things in here is my APAP, automated positive air pressure machine, and I was diagnosed with sleep apnea a little over 2 years ago, and believe me, this has been a godsend. But due to my job, I must remain compliant in order to still be able to drive truck, and this thing is computerized and does recognize usage and non-usage, so obviously I can't just turn it on and then let it go and, you know, have it say, yeah, I used it. It knows the difference. But anyway, there's the machine itself. There is a humidifier that you can attach to it, but that requires a lot of battery usage, or just a lot more than what I have with me at the time, and I don't readily use it anyway. But the blue tube thing running around, that's the tube leading up to the, right there, the face mask, and in this case it's a nasal mask. And thanks to Modern Electronics, because I'm a trucker, yeah, there is a plug, that little power pack that I can use for just plugging straight into the wall, but in this case it operates off a 12 volt and I have tested it before ever coming out camping just to see if this little jump starter pack actually works for a night or two, and I think I can get 2 really good nights sleep out of this before the battery pack is kind of low and needs a recharge. So worked for me really well last night, so I was able to use it with no troubles. So let me get this. So anyway, that's my tent that I slept in last night. What can I say? It's a little small, but it's meant for sleeping, not anything else. But had a very good night's sleep last night. So I think what I'm going to do now is get things situated for making breakfast. So be back for that. Well, welcome to breakfast. Some just a simple one this morning. Got some sausage, eggs, and on this little burner I am boiling water to make hot chocolate. So about as simple as it gets. Right now I've just been trying to get Giggle Monster awake before everything gets cold. So just a quick one at this point to say welcome to breakfast. We'll be back after we tuck in and get it all cleaned up. So a little bit of camp comedy this morning. Breakfast is all done. We're busy getting everything cleaned up, and with some of the water we had on hand, and I managed to drain out the water from the ice cooler. Went to pour the water on the hot ashes from the campfire. Well, it made a big plume of smoke and ash in the air, and it managed to cover me pretty darn good. So oh well, at least after this we're gonna head over to the washroom and wash our faces and get cleaned up, and we'll finish. Now, first of all, before we do that, we're going to get everything here cleaned up, and then we're going to get ourselves washed up and start putting everything away. Good morning.
Morning.
Did you sleep well?
Yep.
You did?
Yep.
You sure?
Yeah.
It was hard to get you up this morning.
Because usually I just sleep in a bit.
That he does, so. Alright, catch you soon. Okay, everyone, we have the tents dried out, all put away. There's my boy's tent. There's my tent. My sleeping bag. Nice and small package. My boy's sleeping bag. It's a same brand Ozark Trail. It's a mummy style. I think his is good to like down to 10 degrees Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 degrees Celsius, something like that. I have to double check, but it's good down to a pretty cold temperature. Inflatable camping mat, all put away. My boy's sleeping mat.
It's made out of
Foam.
foam.
So we just got a little dry bag or sack to carry it in. So it never came with anything, so I may upgrade him real soon. So don't forget your chair, our trash, empty propane bottles, the gloves, a couple of cans we need to throw away, something to drink, More water we'll throw on the fire just to make sure, but campfire's well doused. As I had mentioned earlier, I went to put it out, and well, I got a face full of ash and smoke. So that was just not cool. So this is our campsite where we slept. Not bad. So we're gonna finish putting everything away. Make sure it's all done. Make sure we haven't left anything behind. And then we're put it all in the vehicle, and we're gonna get the heck out of here. Head for home. Our change of clothes that we brought with us, because we thought it was going to be a lot cooler. We brought pants, so we're really starting to sweat it real good. So we're going to get home, get a little bit further cleaned up, get the gear the rest of the way clean, and put away where it belongs, so this way we can have it all together for next time. So hopefully you stayed with us throughout the entire adventure for what footage I got. And stay tuned for possibly extras, photos, anything like that. So, see you later for next time.
Bye.
Well, Giggly, did you have fun?
Yeah!
You've done this before. You've been here before. Not at this particular campsite, but you've been here at these campgrounds before, haven't you? With who?
My grandpa.
Exactly. So now you've done it with Daddy. Well, it's hotter than all Hades. And we're going to get out of here, so adios. Feel free to stay with us for the journey out, and more than likely I'm going to have music to it. So, ta-ta for now. No, leave that open.